Thank everybody for tuning in to our first episode of the Franklin Crocker Show. The energy was amazing. The listeners, I couldn't ask for more. The social media responses were mind-blowing. How people got actively engaged in what we were doing. I mean, we asked a question, people answered the questions. We had our first winner. Great. We had a first winner for our first $100 Visa gift card. Again, I can't ask for anything more. Each show is going to get better. We're going to take, again, we're doing something different here. We're trying to take music, trying to take intimacy languages, and gearing it with relationships and dating. And the topic was actively listening. So we spoke a lot about actively listening. And we're going to keep speaking about actively listening until we kind of drill the point this week about how important actively listening is. So I'm going to give you a personal story of mine about actively listening. Now, it's not with male versus female. It's I wasn't listening to God. And here we go. Let me share this story with you. So at the time when we had the financial crisis, 2010, I had a career. And the people I knew, the people I networked with, was big up in me in a million different ways to their bosses. So let's call it every 3 months, 6 months, I would get a call like, yo, Croc, yo, my boss, I keep telling my boss about you and your energy and how great you are. He wants to talk to you now. I'm like, all right, cool. I got a job, but all right, I'll see what you're talking about. Let's talk about it. Go on an interview. You throw me a check. This is what I'm willing to pay you. I'm on the next thing smoking. When you want me to start? 3 months, 6 months later, another thing. Croc, my boy is running this business. He wants you to help him run it. Go do the interview. I got a job already. Go look at the interview. Slide me a check. This is what I'm willing to pay you. Cool. I start Monday. I kept doing this probably for 2 years, right? Every 3 to 6 months, never getting fired, but always going from one place to another. And in my mind, I'm telling myself, nah, I didn't like this other place anyway because this was wrong. Nah, I didn't like this other place because this was wrong. I'm jumping up. I'm jumping ship. Not realizing it was never the other place. It was always me. I had a boss. He used to tell me this. He said, we used to always do this and never do this. Always pointing our fingers, but never putting our thumbs back and looking in the mirror and saying, what can I do better? So as I'm going through these different jobs, saying, okay, the last one was bad because X, Y, and Z, and getting into a new one, he's paying me more money, but I'll find something I don't like about the new one either. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to the next one. And eventually, I'm sitting there telling my boys, my boys sitting there telling me, yo, Croc, man, I know nobody, we're going through a recession, and you're going from job to job, making more money. Who does that? This guy. Yeah, this guy does that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm the man. You know they don't know what they're doing with this right here. I got all this energy. I got all this going on. All this positive energy I'm giving everybody. They can't deal with it. I'm the man. Not actively listening. The man up above. All right, you think you're the man? We'll see how much you're the man. Finito. Took my job away from me. I went through probably 3 to 4 months without a job. Now, granted, I was going from job to job, leaving jobs to go to another one to make more money. And the man up above said, nah, you think it's you? I'm going to show you who it really is. I was never active listening. I wasn't active listening to what he was showing me. He was not only showing me, he was telling me certain things. It was never me. It was always him. Always him. Until the one day I was going through some deep diving like, yo, this ain't me. My energy started coming down. My boy's like, yo, Croc, you're not yourself anymore. This is not me. Sat back and my friend Antoine and I would pray. And we'll read the Bible every morning. And one morning we read a scripture about fasting. So through the scripture of fasting, I'm like, yeah, we got to fast. I was like, we got to do this together. I've never done this before. We just fast. He's like, yeah, let's do it on Tuesday. Tuesday is Friday. Like, we talking about it now. Let's do it now. No, let's do this on Tuesday. Okay. So something in my life happened where it allowed me to really focus on him. And I sat back. It's the first time I really heard God. Sat back and I said, God, why? Why me? I've always had all these things. You've always provided these jobs and these careers for me, this path. I thought I was going on these career paths. Why me? Why now? He said, because you wasn't listening. I've been showing you certain things. I've been telling you certain things, but you're just not hearing it. So I had to take it away from you. I had to take it away from you so you can finally hear me. And I finally heard him. Because it was the first time in my life that I really opened up my ears and realized what he was showing me the whole time and telling me. I started to actively listen to what was going on in my world. Actively listening. To this day, because I lost my job, I see a penny on the ground and I will pick it up. I have a jar next to my bed that I always put money into. So I find money anywhere and I pick up the penny and I thank God because there was a time I didn't have a job. And that penny was more than I had. So every time even to this day, I'll pick up a penny or a dime. I don't care if it's heads or tails. I don't believe in bad luck. I'll pick up that penny or that coin, a dollar, whatever it is, and I put it in that jar. And when I hear that ching, 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 I thank God when I hear that ching. What God did to me was, remember when y'all was kids? I'm a little older. Maybe I don't remember this. When we were kids, when I was a kid, there was a game called Snatchies. Well, if you were part of that fraternity or that group that does Snatchies, Snatchies was whatever I owned in my hand, in my possession. If I'm part of this group of Snatchies, it may not be mine for long, depending upon who's around me. I can have a bag of chips and I'm getting the crunch in. You know what I'm saying? You get that flavor, that savory flavor in your mouth. Somebody come by, Snatchies. Ooh, that's his now. Ain't mine no more. Oh man, come on, get my chips back. Nah, snatch. I gotta snatch him back from him. Well, that's what God did to me. He hit me with the Snatchies. Now, in today's terms, it might be Gotti. That's what God did to me. Gotti. He snatched it from me so I could understand what I was missing and what I wasn't listening to. That penny I talked about. Before I get off right now, Jay-Z says the line is so mesmerizing. He said, you know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. Depending upon who's picking that penny up. Hear me to understand me. Depending on who's picking that penny up, it could be worth 1 cent or it could be worth $1 million because the value to the person is different depending on where your life is at that point. So that penny to you may be a penny. That penny to somebody else may be $1 million. Because you understand the price of something, but the value, depending upon who's picking that penny up, of nothing. Active listen. Listen to what the world is spitting to you. Listen to what your friends and your family is spitting to you. Because a lot of times we do this, we never do this. Look at yourself. Go in the mirror. And you can change. People can change. Sometimes you have to go through things to understand some things. And I had to do that. I had to learn the hard way. But guess what? You can now learn from me what not to do versus what to do. Active listen. You start listening more now. I hope so. My job is not to make you me, because I'm a one of one. None before me and none to come. My job and my assignment by him is to help you become a better version of you. And that's what I'm going to do.